Pen spinning might seem pretty simple, you just spin a pen, right? But believe it or not, you can fall into pretty distinct categories of spinning, or archetypes as I like to call them. The first archetype is the anti-Prodigy. We've probably all know someone who's here. No matter how much they spin, they still never seem to improve. It's almost like they're a complete beginner even though they've been spinning longer than you. Maybe it's because they don't take pen spinning practice seriously and they prioritize making a pen spinning YouTube channel instead, or maybe they just naturally improve much slower than average. Signs that you're an anti-Prodigy are that your freestyles look the same as they did a year ago, or even several months ago. It takes you a very long time to learn tricks, and people just know you for being bad at pen spinning. Now onto the other side of things, we have the common Power Prodigy, probably one of the most desired archetypes to be, signified by insanely fast improvement, specifically with power tricks. Maybe you improve so much because you spin all day, or maybe you just have a great amount of focus while practicing specific things. You seem to be able to break modern power spinning records with ease, and your freestyles might look something like Icelook's power combos. Signs you're a Power Prodigy could be you learn tricks much faster than normal, you feel like you're way better than you were last month, and you just seem to be known for improving quickly, and people have called you a prodigy before. The next archetype could be a somewhat controversial one, but this one I like to call the aesthetic cell. This type of spinner only really cares about how their spinning looks. They focus more on hand positioning and genetics than they do on learning new tricks or links. They probably have pretty hands and nice finger positioning. Everyone online simps for their spinning. They post often to Twitter and get hundreds of likes, only to realize they've posted the same link but with slightly different execution for the past few posts. Their control and tempo are unmatched, but they have a problem performing well in tournaments. Signs you're an aesthetic cell might be that you post often on Twitter, you obsess over getting the perfect finger positioning for your twisted sonic linkage, and you think finger genetics are the most important thing for spinning, and you are unable to do almost any power tricks. The next archetype we have is the tech spinner. Similar to the aesthetic cell, the tech spinner spends most of their time on linkages, but unlike the aesthetic cell, the tech spinner focuses more on difficult linkages and doesn't care much about aesthetics. They still care about execution, but mostly about getting circular rotations and just being able to execute the link. They barely care about hand or finger positioning at all, and they couldn't care less if their fingers are genetically ugly. They spend their time copying as many hard-looking linkages as they can find, while coming up with new ones on their own. Signs you're a tech spinner might be you enjoy hybridizing tricks together, you know several sonics with Lovecraftian monster names, and you pursue difficulty over effect. Next we have the finger cross guy. This is probably the guy she told you not to worry about. His finger flexibility genetics are unmatched, and he's always found doing the most crazy things with his hands that looks like he's breaking his fingers. He might not be able to do any power tricks, but that doesn't matter when you won the genetic lottery for flexible fingers. Signs you're a finger cross guy are that you have insanely flexible fingers, your combos are built around certain finger cross tricks, and you have no issue convincing people that you are in fact an alien. The next archetype we have is the pen modder. This is the kind of pen spinner that doesn't even spin, he just makes mods, and a lot of them. This guy probably has more mods than he does combos, and his table is probably just completely full of pen mods. You can't even see his table. Not to mention the couple plastic boxes filled with mods under the table. This guy probably sells some of his mods to people, because he honestly has more modding parts than he knows what to do with. If he made a video displaying all his mods, it would take at least a few hours. Signs you're a pen modder are you spend more time modding than you do spinning, and you don't even spin anymore. The next archetype is the notation nerd. Similar to the pen modder, this notation nerd barely spins anymore either. He is just obsessed with being able to notate tricks correctly. His bio is probably some goofy looking alien code pen spinning notation for something extremely gay. When trying to enter a conversation with this guy, you'll ultimately end up confused as to what the hell he's yapping about. This guy probably notates a thumb-roundian elementary notation whenever he gets a chance to, just to make him sound gigabrain to others. But this is also probably the only guy in the pen spinning community that is willing to write an entire book for pen spinning, only to give it out for free. Signs you're a notation nerd are you spend more time notating stupid links than you do spinning, and your bio looks something like this, and you know what this means. The final archetype we have is the Multipen Nerd. Similar to the notation nerd, the Multipen Nerd spends most of his time theorizing possible tricks with multiple pens. He spends hours trying to wrap his head around all the variations of a simple trick with different modifiers. He also has a really good understanding of the modifiers, so it definitely helps if you were a notation nerd in the past. You have probably rewatched the RPD Multipen series several times. That is, if you're not actually RPD. There's probably less than 5 people in the world that fit this archetype completely. Signs you're a Multipen nerd are that you spend more time thinking of the possible variations of a trick, you know what this means, and you were a notation nerd in the past, or still are one. If you like this video, check out this one too. Thanks for watching. See you next time.